And I'm going to start with the Victorian era, which is most likely when things became most documented and most technology was starting to get popular and starting to take off. Around this time, electricity was becoming common in houses, and a lot of people who were getting electricity in their houses thought it was really weird when their houses would make strange noises or lights would flicker, and these people would be like, oh my gosh, what is going on, and try and look for answers towards that. It was also during this time where new photography and audio recordings were starting to get better and better. So people had many pictures or audio recordings of their dead, and it was easy to keep the memories of them around. So during the Civil War, roughly 620,000 people died, or 2% of the population, which is extremely tragic, and many Americans knew someone who had died in the Civil War at the time. And Americans were really struggling to grieve during this time, and they were also, many times they couldn't have funerals for these people because it was either so expensive to ship the body from the battlefield back to their hometown, or they couldn't even find the body. So around during this time, spirit photography became well known. So spirit photography was created on accident by William Mulmer. He was taking self-portraits with his camera, and he realized when he saw his self-portrait that there was a little girl standing next to him. He thought this was very creepy, and this was a ghost. But he realized that he had reused old photo plates and it had created a double image. But spiritualists saw this and they thought it was real, and it began to circulate around pretty quickly. A little bit after William Mulmer came the Fox sisters. The Fox sisters were 3 sisters who were very popular and commonly known for holding large seances. They began this by trying to pull a prank on their mom. They pulled a prank on their mom, telling her that they were communicating with ghosts through a series of raps, and their mom took this extremely seriously. She wanted the whole neighborhood to come and see, and they began holding seances where their oldest sister, Leah, began taking them to seances in Rochester and New York. And the notion that ghosts could communicate with the dead quickly began to circulate around in the press. So during this time, many Victorians believed in the ether. The ether was thought to be the area between the dead and the living, and it was thought to carry radio waves, lights, and most importantly, spirits. A little after this came William James, and he kind of founded psychical research. He was very dedicated to his work on the paranormal, and in 1885, he co-founded the American Society for Psychical Research. He advocated on solid evidence for telepathy, mediumship, extra-conscious, and some of these he even gathered himself. After him came Harry Price. Harry Price was Britain's most well-known ghost hunter, and he began his work in 1920. He was a member of the Society for Psychical Research, and in 1929 he began his most famous case, the Borley Directory. Here he created a guide for paranormal investigations, as well as documenting his methods and discoveries and setting a precedent for future ghost hunters. Now, the most common ghost detectors you'll see on modern ghost hunting shows are an EMF reader, a spirit box, and a motion detector. An EMF reader measures electromagnetic fields, so the higher electromagnetic field is in a room, the more likely there is to be a ghost. A spirit box scans radio stations, and it gets the ghosts to pick out little words or phrases so it can communicate with people. And motion detectors set off, obviously, alert if motion's detected. The ghost hunting industry today. I think the ghost hunting industry today is very interesting. BuzzFeed Unsolved is one of the most popular ghost hunting industries. It is an internet series split into 2 parts, true crime and paranormal investigations. And it is extremely popular with 5.4 million subscribers on YouTube. It is also a series that I personally love. And whether or not you believe in ghosts or the search for ghosts, ghost hunting can teach you extremely valuable things, such as historical research, honoring the dead, and the quest for new scientific breakthroughs.